What's up, thumpers? Welcome to another trailer reaction from Hyper RPG. We're doing a trailer reaction from Mary Poppins Returns. That's fine. It's fine. They know what we're doing here. You're a big fan of Mary Poppins, apparently, Emily.
Yes. So Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Singing in the Rain were kind of the three big films that were really important to me in my childhood and really kind of melded me into the actor and performer I am today. And I didn't know that you were a huge fan of Mary Poppins.
Big fan. I discovered, we were talking about this yesterday, I discovered the movie randomly on the Disney Channel one day, and I thought, oh, I'll watch this. Sure, why not? It's an older film, but I'll give it a shot. It was playing, like, who knows, after one of those Disney Channel original movies like Johnny Tsunami or something. But I gave it a watch, and I fell in love with this movie pretty much immediately. So there were rumors for a while that they were going to make a Mary Poppins movie, and then nothing really came of it. Nothing. And then finally they started announcing Emily Blunt. Lin-Manuel was going to be in it. Rob Marshall was going to direct it. So I got really excited, and then we had a trailer that came out, I don't know, it's been like 4 months or
It was
something.
like a teaser, a gentle teaser.
It was a very, very short teaser. And I know they showed some stuff at D23, but we didn't get to go. So this is kind of like the first official trailer. I'm very excited. You spoiled something for me yesterday, which I'm still trying to forgive you for. But I'm super excited. I love Emily Blunt. She's great. Sicario is probably like one of my favorite performances that she's given. So she's great. Lin-Manuel, people love Lin-Manuel, obviously, from Hamilton. I think this is the first major role he's had, right?
Film role, yeah. I have to say, like, at first when they announced that they were going to do a sequel to Mary Poppins, I was, especially I'm a hard Poppins fan, so of the classic movie. So I was a little skeptical, I have to say, because to me I was like, how can you replace Julie Andrews? How can you replace Dick Van Dyke? That was the big thing. But as soon as they announced Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda, I was like, wow, those are incredible casting choices.
Yeah.
Now I'm not feeling so skeptical anymore.
Well, I'm usually always skeptical about sequels to movies that are this old because I feel like they try to recapture the magic, and it's not as simple as you would think, because I think those movies are of a certain time, a certain era. Disney as a company was going through a very particular type of phase in that time. So it's hard. It kind of feels like you're trying to force something. So my hope is, whether it's this trailer or the movie itself, that it does capture sort of the essence and the magic of Mary Poppins, but also bring something new to the table. Because I think if you're not going to do anything new than what they did 50 years ago, then what's the point of remaking this movie?
I think they're pulling, because there's a bunch of Mary Poppins books that, like, the film is kind of loosely based off of. If you've seen Saving Mr. Banks, great film. I was telling you about it last night. It talks about kind of the process of how Mary Poppins originally was made.
Yeah.
But this one is actually pulling from other books as well. So hopefully we're kind of, we're leaning into it. Maybe they really started to get inspired when they were filming Saving Mr. Banks, and they said, let's recreate this. Let's recapture this magic, and still, honor the old, but also bring in the new.
And with that being said,
let's start this trailer.
I'm terrified. I'm nervous.
I'm so excited. I'm going to scream.
You're going to scream? Oh, God.
Oh. I'm already crying.
Oh, I love Ben
I
Whishaw.
can't remember why we kept most of this stuff to begin with.
Don't you remember that kite? We used to love flying that with Mother and Father.
Those days are long behind me.
Okay.
So it's the kids.
Yeah.
It's the next gen.
You get a sense of this is kind of like a Hook / like Christopher Robin sort of thing.
That's why I live and breathe.
I was flying a kite and it got caught on a nanny.
Mary,
Poppins, you came back.
you seem hardly to have aged at all.
Really? One never discusses a woman's age, Michael. Would have hoped I taught you better.
Wow. She got the voice down really well.
I know. Oh.
What brings you here after all this time? Same thing that brought me the first time. I've come to look after the Banks children.
Us?
Oh, yes, you too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, St. Paul's.
We're about to lose our home. Everything's fallen to pieces since your mother.
Oh, no.
I know.
No.
I miss Mother.
Nothing's gone forever, only out of place.
It's a good thing you come along when you did, Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
Get ready.
Oh, no. I'm not ready for this.
It looks so good.
So you've been off filling the children's heads with stuff and nonsense.
You forgotten what it's like to be a child.
I know. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, what?
It's possible.
I just noticed the chimney sweeps again.
Yep.
Off we go.
I'm so excited about this movie.
What have you done to me? Oh, that looks so good. Wow.
I know, and so it's really interesting
Wow.
watching it a second time, having watched it yesterday, of course, when it dropped because I was too excited, and noticing that not only does it appear there to be like, of course, they're going to jump back in the chalk world, they're going to go
Yeah.
back into the chalk painting world, but it also looked like there's almost going to be like this kind of full-fledged musical. Kind of the part I think Lin-Manuel was like on a stack of books at one point in that, which reminded me kind of much more of like the Mary Poppins musical for those of you who've seen it. And also, I think the I Love to Laugh scene as well, because that was really, and it's really interesting seeing how they're kind of. It was so cool. Like back in the day, they used practical effects to do all of Mary
Yeah.
Poppins tricks, and now we have digital effects in order to kind of illustrate all the things that Mary Poppins can do.
Which is great.
I know.
And it's one of those things that being someone who like worked in visual effects, I always worry about when they go and they make these movies and they update them. They use modern technology because I always worry. I hope you don't do too much, and don't try to overcompensate for the fact that you are trying to make it look fresh and new and appealing to younger audiences or to modern audiences. Because I think the magic of Mary Poppins is that they were able to use the limited technology that they had to make a movie that was very special, and they were forced to be very creative. The thing I love about this is just the way it looks in the trailer. Is they're using classic techniques mixed with modern digital technology and still really embracing the magic of what Mary Poppins was, incorporating 2D animation, all that sort of stuff. And whether or not they created that digitally and they just made it look like it's 2D animation, I'm fine with that. I don't think they had to actually use the old school techniques. You can use modern techniques, but still make it feel like it comes from the same world. And I think that's what's so impressive about this trailer. It feels like classic Mary Poppins, which I think was very hard to do. And, like Rob Marshall's done, what was it, Pirates of the Caribbean 4?
Oh, so he did 4.
Yeah, he did the fourth
Okay.
one. And, like, I'm not crazy about it, but I don't hate it. It did capture a little bit more of the essence of the first one. But I'm hoping that with this movie, they realize how important Mary Poppins is, not just to us as the audience, but also to Disney as a brand. Everyone knows Julie Andrews. She's so recognizable. Everybody knows who Mary Poppins is, whether or not you've even seen the movie all the way through. Like, people know things about Mary Poppins, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, like,
So yeah, like
they know these little elements of Mary Poppins, and I think it's so iconic what Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke did, that you have to sort of honor that. You can't just do your own thing and kind of forget the past. Also, I did not know that Meryl Streep was in this movie.
Yeah,
How
I'm
did I
curious
not know
to
that?
see who she plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like we've got chimney sweeps. It looks like we've got we got a lot. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, the papers flying in the
Yeah,
room. Those
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
practical Mary Poppins kind of effects in the house. I'm really curious to see. I bet you $10. They're not showing us here, but I bet you $10 there's going to be a scene in the movie where she's going to be singing to a bird, or at least some kind of bird's
Yeah.
going to land on her. Which hopefully they do an animatronic. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for,
Oh,
because
that would be
fun
interesting.
fact, that was actually that little bird is actually the grandfather to all the bird animatronics in the Tiki Room. He was actually
Yeah.
the first little animatronic bird they ever built.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but this looks so good. I
Looks
think
great. The story, I
Yeah.
love the story. I love how Jane and Michael are now living. It looks like Jane and Michael are living together
Yeah.
because Michael's wife has passed away, so she's kind of come in to help him take care of
the aunt.
his
yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
I love the color. I think this film is definitely going to get nominated for best costume just from like the entrance shot of the kids alone, because the whole
Yeah.
family's just in a variety of green, and it looked great.
Yeah.
Oh man, those bikers! I'm curious
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the BMX bikers in that one
that'll
quick
be
shot.
interesting. I think the other thing too is like the original movie, the cinematography. I don't remember who the cinematographer was on that movie, but it had such a distinct look and style. And with this movie, they also seem to try to very much do the same thing.
Yeah, like that's the one street scene at the beginning. The way
Yeah.
the streets were shot was very specific. Oh yeah, and we've got
Just
Dick
Dick Van Dyke
returning his
dancing.
role as the grumpy old banker
yeah.
who is really funny. I don't know if you know this story too, but so they didn't tell anybody on set. I think this is right. They didn't tell anybody on set that he was going to be that role, and nobody
Oh.
recognized him.
What?
Because he was so young at the time. They
Yeah.
put him in this crazy age makeup.
Yeah.
And then it looked completely different. And now it's really funny because he is this age
Yeah,
now
that's
as this, and
crazy.
he's dancing. That's the thing, is that he's going to be dancing. I love Dick Van Dyke. He is such a staple of my childhood,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say, I won't say the sad thing I was gonna say.
Oh, no, don't make it sad.
Just very sad when he passes, but I'm very excited
no,
to see him in
what have
this
you
movie.
done? Why would you put this out into the ether?
I'm sorry, knock on wood.
Oh boy.
But he looks great in this film. He's killing it.
Julie Andrews cameo. Do you think it will happen, or do you think they'll be like, we can't do that because it'll?
They're holding on. I think they're holding on. Like I said, I think they're holding on to Bird. There's definitely going to be a part where Mary Poppins talks to the Birdlands or the Robin, and she talks to the Robin. And I think, there's definitely going to be a Julie Andrews cameo. Oh my gosh! You know who Julie Andrews is going to be?
Who?
She's going to be the woman feeding the birds. That's who she's. I'm going to call that. I'm going to make that call because we
Okay,
saw this shot
okay.
of St. Paul. I would not be surprised if there is also kind of an orchestral reprise of Feed the Birds, because it is also Walt Disney's favorite song. And that song is really fundamental to this film and this franchise as a whole.
Yeah.
So I could see her, I don't know, I'd picture it like Michael is, because Michael was changed in the original film when he gave the money to the woman to feed the birds. So I imagine maybe Michael's revisiting the old woman, maybe to really revisit
man.
himself. And she looks up and it's Julie Andrews.
I think the theater might melt.
I
in
would
their
melt.
seats.
I would die. I
Me
would be like,
too.
here lies Emily. Mary Poppins Returns was that good.
Emily. Mary Poppins, y'all.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, but yeah, my final thoughts on this. I think it looks amazing. I can't wait. It looks so fun, charming, great cast. Choreography looks great. Cinematography, like the production value looks really good. I kind of expect nothing less from one Disney to a Mary Poppins movie that's 50 years after the first one. If you're gonna do it, you have to do it the right way. So I hope it's good. What are your final thoughts
Yeah, I'm really, really excited.
before you melt into your chair?
Before I melt my chair for Mary Poppins, but we've kind of seen a dip in the movie musical. We
Yeah.
haven't really seen a lot of movie musicals in a while. I think La La Land was probably they're slowly kind of
making, like, a
yeah.
resurgence.
But I feel like there was a really big year where we had like Les Mis and Into
Yeah.
the Woods,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
had like kind of those all in the same succession. And now I'm really interested to see how this movie's success affects the Disney company, because we're in a time where they're doing a lot of remakes, a lot of revivals. There was also a moment
Owning
in
another studio.
I know. There's also a moment in this trailer that feels a lot like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, namely when they were underwater.
Mm-hmm.
So part of me is like, would there be a Bedknobs and Broomsticks remake if this
Sure.
was as successful, or other maybe Disney live action films?
I think considering the fact that they're remaking and or adapting everything from animation to live action, I wouldn't be surprised if they remade literally their entire Disney vault of stuff and then put all the old ones into the vault for us to never be able to find again. Thanks,
Bad.
Disney. That'd be bad.
Babe.
But guys, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this first official trailer for Mary Poppins Returns. Are you excited? What are you looking forward to? Will Julie Andrews make a cameo? Let us know. Subscribe to Hyper RPG for more stuff, including our Captain Marvel trailer reaction.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye!